No, you did not click on the wrong video. We're not going to go visit a Dunkin' Donuts today. But, are you ready for your next adventure? We're in Swedesboro, New Jersey this morning, and we are going to be going to visit an abandoned Nike Missile site, which is about a half a mile behind this Dunkin' Donuts. But before we start our adventure, I'm going to go get something to eat, and we'll see you when we get back to the missile site, and we'll see what we can find there. Okay, in case anybody was interested, apple fritter, that's my go-to. So we're going to eat this, and then we're going to get to exploring. See you in a minute. Okay, we've made it to the site. Just in these woods behind me is where we're going to find the first section of the missile site, which consists of the radar towers and some control buildings. I see the area's got a fence around it, and it looks like there's a small hole cut in the fence just to my left here. So we're going to go through there and walk back into the woods. I think you can actually see one of the towers behind me also, and we'll see what we can find when we get back there. That was not very graceful. Good thing we come here before spring arrives, because otherwise I don't know that we could get through this area back here. It's pretty overgrown, huh? Walk about 50 feet in, and there's one of the radar towers already. Let's get back here and take a look. Make our way through all these vines and everything. I'd say that's probably 50, maybe 60 feet tall. I believe there are 4 of these towers here, which the radar system was set up on. And should be some buildings around here also. Let's take a look. This would be the bottom of the stairs that you would access the tower. Looks like they've got the ladder blocked off so you can't get up there, but that's what it would have looked like as you climbed up to operate the radar. Okay, it looks like once you got up to the top of that ladder, there would be a platform to walk across and then ascend to the top of the platform through that little hole up there to get up to the radar system. Okay, looks like we're coming up on the second tower here. Still weaving our way through the vines and the underbrush here. It looks like they have this one completely encased in metal. I don't know if this one might be deteriorating a little bit more. They're just trying to keep people like me from accessing these places. It has a little bit of a different foundation to it. It's got some steel columns, so that would probably be why the metal is encasing the tower. I see the hole up there that you would have accessed. The platform at the top. Take a look around here. some of the electronic panels that would have provided power up to the radar system. See if we can go around the other side. Turn the video off here. Okay, once again they have it closed off at the bottom so you can't ascend the ladder. But now I'm actually standing inside of the shaft where you would have climbed up. Here's a nice view from a little bit further back where we can see the entire tower. Okay, from the second tower that we just took a look at, we're gonna come down this little trail here, and as we make our way, maybe 100 feet or so, come across one of the old buildings that must have housed the command center or computers that ran the system here. Let's make our way through this and take a look. These are much easier to access. It's like there's just basically a shell of the building left here. But pretty neat nonetheless. There's all the electric panels. What this little room would have been. Not much left of the door that once was here. It looks like a tree's grown up right in front of it here. Okay, I see the other two radar towers over here as we try to make our way through the woods. Had to abandon a couple attempts to get through in certain areas. It's just way too overgrown. So we're gonna try make our way back over here. I think I see a way to get through. A lot of these bushes are sticker bushes. I would certainly recommend, if you ever plan on coming to visit this place, definitely do it in the winter, because as rough as it is right now, I feel that once the vegetation starts growing in the spring, it's going to be even worse. All right, looks like we're coming up on the other two guard towers right here, or radar towers, I mean. Yeah, they're all the same. It's like the same as the other two that we already looked at. These two are right next to each other. The other ones were kind of spread out a little bit, but yep, same as before. All right, let's see if we can just get around to the other side here. Wow. I hope you all appreciate me doing this for you, bringing you to these places. Sometimes it's not easy to do, and I feel like it would be worth a thumbs up and a like from you if you wouldn't mind doing that, since I'm getting out here for you to show you these cool pieces of history. All right, let's see if we can get around to the other side. I'm going to stop the video for a second. All right, here's a neat little view from inside of the metal skeleton that goes up and shows the support of the tower up above there. Not sure why they encased them, but they did. All right, got around to the other side of this tower, and it looks like there's remnants of the ladder laying here on the ground. And if we look up the shaft here, somebody had ripped it down about almost halfway up there. The ladder is missing, so I guess that was their way of keeping you from getting up this tower. Wow. Almost out. Whew. Okay, here we go. Now we can stand up again. Whew. That was tight there. And here's the last tower we're gonna see over here. I don't know if there's any more buildings. I thought there would be some more buildings, but it looks like that's it for this side of the missile site. This was known as the ICF portion of the tower. I think it's integrated control. About 250 yards up the road here is the other section of the tower. It's the launch section where we're going to go in a minute and take a look at the launch system. Okay, that's the last tower in this section here. This lower section was known as the ICF, or the Integrated Command Center, that held the radar towers and the command buildings. About a half a mile up the road from here is the second area, which was the launch area where the missiles were stored. So we're gonna make our way up there now and see what we can find up there. Again, as we see, the tower encased with the steel takes you up to the landing, and then the second set of ladders to take you up to the top of the platform. You see on the opposite side this round hole. Not sure what that is. If anybody that sees this video can tell me what that is, if you could please put a comment down in the comment section below, so that we can all learn together and try and figure out exactly how this all operated. Okay, here's the first building that we just went through, and right next to it is the second building. Let's see if we can find a way to get in here. This thing is just as bad as the first one. Try to make it in here. Whew. Sorry about the footage here. Just trying to make my way through the debris. This guy's really come down. We're gonna have to be careful here. This is the main entrance. Looks like it's still standing, so we're gonna quickly go underneath of this and make our way inside and see what we can find inside. I read online that maybe one of these buildings was used to house the soldiers who were operating the systems. I don't know if this was that building or not. This has a HVAC system here that looks like it heats and cools the entire structure. Another small side room here, which has been opened up. All the doors and windows have been removed. people have been in here and had a small little campfire going at one point. Alright, that's it for this building. Let's head on. I think I saw one other area where we might be able to find something else, so let's take another look. Okay, looks like I found one other section here. Has some additional buildings. Looks like this was probably the main paved road to get into the facility on this end. Here's another building that is crumbling. We'll take a quick peek inside. I'm not sure that we're gonna go inside of this one. Let's see what it looks like when we get over here. Take a quick peek. Looks like some boilers here. Not really sure. Oh man. All kinds of stuff going on in here. This thing is definitely coming down. There's no roof on it. Big old valve to open up some kind of piping. And looks like this is a water heater right next to us. So maybe this had something to do with the housing for the people who were stationed here. All right, let's head on back out. There's one other building across the way here. We'll take a quick look. Yeah, I don't think we want to come here in the summer. Besides the vegetation, I can imagine that there's probably snakes all around this area, so probably this is the best time to do this kind of stuff. Oh, this is a big building in here. What's left of it? This must have been the housing, because this is certainly nothing to do with the radar systems. This is a much larger building. Big old beams coming down, supported the roof. Okay, I'd say that this was probably a hood for a small little kitchen area. We'll make our way through here gently. I don't know how much this stuff is going to support my weight or not. Ooh. I'm basically walking on the roof, which is on the ground now. We can make our way through to the other side. I'm doing it tricky here. Here's one that's a little bit sturdier. Wow. Okay. I think we're gonna make it all the way to the other side. Good so far. Showing another view here of the roof that's collapsed. That's actually the roof, and a view down to the other end of the building. All right, let's go out this side and see what awaits us out here. All right. Oh. Even another building over here. Wow. Okay, so I take it back. There's more than I originally found. So let's take a look at this next building. This one's looks like it might be in a little better shape, a little safer to go in, but we'll take a quick look in here too. Okay, so this looks like it was the bathroom. There's a sink over here. Possibly some shower stalls. Yeah, this roof is still standing, but I don't know for how much longer. It looks like it could come down at any second. It's a little bit eerie walking through this place by yourself, but I do this for you guys. Hopefully you appreciate it. Again, somebody's been in here with a campfire and Lots of beer cans laying around, but pretty cool. All right, I think this was the last building, so now we are truly going to head over to the launch site and see what we can find over there. Okay, I'm gonna turn the video off and we'll see you at the other site. Okay, we just made it up to the second area that we're going to try to access today. There's a road that's right in front of me here that we're going to cross and head on into the woods and follow the edge of the wood line around to where they house the missile launchers. We're going to stay off of private property and try to make our way through there. So I'm going to turn the video off and I'll see you when we get over there. Made it across the road here, and we're gonna go right on the other side of this little tree line here and follow it around, staying off of the private property. I don't think anybody owns the woods here, so I think we should be okay. All right, again, don't know what we're going to find when we get here, but looks like when I looked it up on Google Maps, it's pretty wide open, so it shouldn't be like the radar section where we're climbing through vines and overgrowth. This Nike Missile site was part of what was called the Ring of Fire around Philadelphia. It consisted of 12 Nike sites that encircled the city. I believe they were in operation from the early 1950s through about 1975 during the era of the Cold War. These were emplaced around Philadelphia and many other cities, New York, San Francisco, Seattle, along the coasts mainly, that were there to be a last line of defense against any Soviet attacks during the Cold War if they decided to go from a Cold War to hot war. So these were here to deter that, and they did their job. No missiles were ever fired from these locations, so they did what they were designed to do. All right, we're gonna try to sneak through to the other side of the woods here, so I'm gonna turn the video off and I'll see you when we get over to the launch site. Okay, looks like we've arrived at a fence that must encircle the area. When I first arrived here, I didn't know that I could find a way to get through so that we can check this out, but looks like as I walked the fence line, came down this way, looks like the fence ends right here. So this should be our access point to go take a look at things. I guess if they really wanted us out of here, they would have continued the fence a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna turn this off and climb through here. Okay, we're in. A little bit more of a climb than I expected originally, but let's go take a look. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see what's left behind. Obviously, I don't know what I'm looking at here, but if anybody does, can leave a comment. Some pretty substantial concrete slabs here. It looks like they have been placed here over top of the doors to keep people from trying to access underground here. This must have been where one of the launchers was at some point. There's a, I don't know what this is, some kind of apparatus that probably controlled the opening and closing of the launch doors. And here is an access down to the space below. We're not going to go down there. It looks like it's all full of water. So that's a no-go for today. But we'll take a look around, see what we can find out on the surface. Looks like maybe this was another electrical. Oh, nope. Looks like it's a ventilation shaft for the, yep, ventilation shaft for whatever space was down below, maybe for the exhaust of the missiles. Looks like we got row after row of these things. A little bit more off the roadway, so it's a tad bit more eerie than the radar site. There's not much here, but just being here by yourself, a little eerie. There's another hatch to something. It's shut, so there's no way to open any of that and peer down in, but looks like this guy over here might be open, so let's go and see what's down over here, huh? Looks like this would have been one of the main on-off switches to turn on the system. God forbid it needed to be turned on. Looks like we have another shaft here that goes down, whoa, way down. That one goes way down, and again, it's full of water, so I'd like to go, but I don't get paid enough to do that, so we're gonna just go with the top view for today. Here's some more exhaust tubes from down below, and then I got one other spot. Here's a door that's been ripped off the foundation. Looks like I might be able to take a look down in here. Okay, so this has some stairs. We can probably walk down here a little bit, but I don't know that we're still going to be able to see a whole lot. Yeah, it's still full of water. I don't think I can even peek my camera around the corner. It's too far of a stretch. But somewhere in there, there's a whole nother room. The sign on the door says, "This door will remain locked at all times." Pretty substantial door, and there's probably about 2 to 3, 4 feet of water here. So, yep, we're not gonna go down there. Let's come back up, see what else we can find. Looks like we've made it to the other end of the facility here for the launch site. I'd say it's probably maybe 200 yards long, 100 yards wide maybe. Looked like there was probably a half a dozen launchers here. And didn't see any buildings to operate anything. I think everything must have been underground at this point. Another large door that's bolted shut. After this launcher here, I'm going to say everything was underground, but still a pretty neat piece of history. If you call a missile site a neat piece of history, something that we need to remember so that we don't do this again. We can try and keep the peace, which is what this did, but maybe we can achieve that in a different way. So I guess that's probably going to conclude our tour today. We're going to make our way back to the car. And if you have any anything to add in the video down below. Anything that you know of what we're looking at or what was here or any information at all, please add in the comments down below. And let's make our way back. Okay, well, I'm not encouraging anybody to visit any of these sites, but if you do, please be careful, because I don't want anybody getting hurt trying to do any exploring. Hopefully this was enjoyable to you and that you maybe learned a few things. I didn't have a whole lot of information about the site, but I did want to share it with you. And hopefully the next time we get together, we'll have another interesting adventure. So now we're going to sign off. And like I always say, whenever I get out in the woods, you never know what you're going to see when you get out and explore with John.